Chris, welcome to Middlesbrough Football Club, an exciting new chapter for yourself and for this club as well.
Yeah, personally, it's a great fit for myself, and hopefully I can be a great fit for Middlesbrough Football Club. I'm delighted to be given the opportunity. Thankful that the chairman shown a lot of trust in myself and my staff to hopefully build for the future in what is historically a great club.
With the success you've had, particularly at Sheffield United, I imagine there's been plenty of offers that come your way. You've taken a bit of time out. What made you believe that Middlesbrough was the right fit for you?
I think the next fit was the most important one in my career personally, so I had to get it right. And I've had some offers in the past 6 months from various football clubs, but I think the top and bottom of it is that this had to be right for myself, and it ticks every box that I needed to be ticked from my point of view going forward for my career personally. I thought I'd deserve the opportunity after what I'd achieved at Sheffield United with a great group of players, staff and supporters. From my point of view, deserved an opportunity of working at another big club, and for me, they don't come much bigger than Middlesbrough in the Championship.
And Kieran Scott's obviously come in as head of football here back in September. How important was he in selling that vision to you and bringing you into this football club?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you look back at my career, it's filled with longevity, and I'm planning on being here a long time. And obviously, to do that, we've got to do a lot of things right. We've got to put a structure in place for the future, and we have to have an ambition. We have to have a structure. We have to have a philosophy. There's got to be a connection with the academy. You know, historically, yet again, it's produced some fantastic footballers in a great, passionate area, to reconnect with the supporters as well. You know, every time I've played up here, you know, is a passion about the supporters getting behind the team, and hopefully we can get that going again. And Kieran's played a major part, but it's a long term view and vision. That's what the owner's after. That's what Neil's after, and Kieran, and I'm delighted to be offered an opportunity to play my part in that.
Yeah, and when you've got a chairman like Steve Gibson, you know, he showed time and time again his support for this football club and his backing for this football club.
I think if you speak to anybody in football who's been involved in football internally over the last 20 years, I think Steve Gibson comes up right at the top of the tree in terms of, you know, really solid owners that look after the football club. I know how passionate he is about his football club in the area. I know, speaking to him, his ambition, which was a real positive feel for me as well, to get the club back into the Premier League. Obviously, it hasn't been in the Premier League for quite a number of years, and it's tough to get out of the Championship. I think everybody knows that, especially with the teams that get relegated and the parachute payments and how strong they are financially. But it's not impossible, as seen in my last experience, and that's what we'll be all aiming for. I think, you know, the fit from as well. A lot of people will talk about the fit from manager to chairman, and that relationship is huge. You know, from my point of view, that fit is great for me. You know, words that he talked about when I spoke to him, being honest, being open, integrity of what he's about as a person, what he wants for his football club, matches what I'm all about.
And what have you made of what you've seen Middlesbrough, the team, this season from the outside looking in?
Well, it's a tough division. I think everybody talks about how open it is. I think there's obviously, you know, the three clubs that are at the top at the moment that I would think that would possibly be favourites to go up, and maybe will open up a gap. And it's important to keep on their coattails. There's a lot of talented boys here, as I said. You know, talked about the academy, even boys now. Josh coming through and scoring 2 goals in the last 2 games. The players that they've produced, so excited about working with the academy. And in the first team, there's a lot of talented players. I think there's work to be done. There's obviously some situations that need to be addressed. I think the previous manager talked about it from the injury point of view. Far too many injuries, so we have to look deeply into that. But there's a core group of talented boys that on their day can can mix it with the best teams in this division. So for me and my coaching staff, it's about putting a bit of structure in place, out of possession, in possession, and the givens that have been given every team that I've assembled is about a work ethic and commitment and a sacrifice for the football club. And I think if you put that together, we can have a lot of fun, and we can go and produce some positive results.
Yeah, because I suppose you're coming into a team that the team's not on the floor, I suppose, and there's a talented group of players. It's probably about finding the consistency that you need to get out of this division, because it's all to play for at this point in the season.
Well, absolutely. I think, just to say, you've hit the nail on the head. Consistency in performances and consistency in results, and maybe that's been the not the great part of this early part of the season. So if you can find that, then you can go and win 3, 4, 5 games on the spin, and go and pick up points along the way and get a bit of momentum into the season. There's still a hell of a lot to play for. I'm here for the long term, but I know that the next game is the most important as well, and that's what we'll be all focusing on, is that first game against Millwall. So, from my point of view, a lot of work leading up to that game, which will be put in by the people that not only that I've been bringing into the football club, but using the people here as well, the staff as well, to bring them together. And for me, it's all about bringing everybody together, and when we do that, this club can be a powerful force in this division. But it's still a load to play for, and that's what we're looking to do.
Yeah, you mentioned togetherness there. Your success at Sheffield United, from my experience, it was built on the fans as well, and Bramall Lane was an incredibly tough place to go, and presumably that's something you want to build up at Middlesbrough as well, that rapport with the fans. Absolutely,
100%. I'm not asking for anything. They're going to have their judgment on me before, and it's up to me and my team to prove myself yet again. My hunger to go again, after the experiences that I've had recently, is absolutely huge. The fire in the belly's burning, and I want to go again personally, and I want to drag this football club with me. And I feel I'm going to be giving absolutely everything to the football club, and I know the supporters will get right behind that. I want it to make it, of course, an intimidating place to come up. I don't want it, teams to come into the Riverside and just easily pick our pockets. We've got to make it as hard as possible, and for us to play in a manner that excites the supporters and gets them right behind us. As I said, I'm not going to ask for commitment from the players or a work ethic. For me, that's a given. But it's not only about that, it's about how we play. And I feel, if you look back in the back catalogue of the teams that I've been involved in, we want to play in a positive front foot way. We want to compete. We want to make contact with the opposition. We want to play our stuff and dominate games, and hopefully we'll be able to do that.
And you come in now, it's the start of the international break. In the Championship, that's just about as long as you get between games. So hopefully a chance to, get out on the training ground and see what the squad's all about.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, I know a lot about the players. Done my homework and know a lot about of how they go about their business. So there's some talented boys. So we have to make some quick decisions. Of course, January's coming up. So talk to Steve and Kieran and Neil about improving in that window as well. I think it's a very exciting club to come and join. A very attractive one, with the facilities that it's got, with the history it's got, the people that are involved in it, and hopefully I can bring my little bit towards that as well. I think one thing that we've done is create some fabulous sort of connections and networking with the main actors in the Premier League. So whether it's players on loan, young players on loan that we can attract, or from different other areas, I think it's a real attractive club to come and join, and hopefully we'll be able to do that in January. Yeah, of course, there's always a short, medium and long term plan. Short is to hit the ground running, and through this next 2 weeks is really important that we get our ideas over to the players, but we want them to enjoy it as well. I feel that teams that sort of are constructed have enjoyed the football, and supporters have enjoyed watching them. So bringing those two things together, hopefully we can do some decent stuff.